Muir Ranch. We're on the campus of John Muir High School, and it's the name Muir, who's an old Scottish dude that walked around the woods and he thought, nature ain't bad. We are a teen jobs program that looks like a school farm, so notice the farm-like stuff. It's farm-like stuff. Woo-hoo-hoo. There's some basil, there's some mugwort, there's some verbena.
It is a school farm that is aimed towards giving kids jobs and experience in their life as well as the workforce.
Muir Ranch is a 2-acre working farm at the back of John Muir High School in northwest Pasadena. What it is, it's really a jobs program for high school students.
Muir Ranch, it's a nice garden, it's a lot of fun working here. It's a new experience because before this I never knew that Muir had a garden. I didn't come to high school here, but until this year in February, I never knew that they had a garden at all.
The program wouldn't be possible without it working as a team. So I'm from the facility side. You have to have inspired principals, inspired teachers, inspired students. And initially when they get out there, they're not too excited, but once they get out there and start working the soil, they wish, they ask, can I come back? And that in itself is very rewarding, that as a team, it can be very productive for the whole district and the whole program.
CSA stands for Community Supported Agriculture, and it's a way for a farmer to sell directly to the consumer so that they can make a better profit on their crop. It's something that started in Japan in the late 1700s, and it was a way to have collective farms. If they were farming instead of feudal farms where they were always growing for someone else, they could also grow and share their own foods. And so eventually that system migrated around the world, and here it's much more profit-based and driven, but that's what it is. You actually buy what's considered a share of the farm. So each week you get your share in produce. And at our CSA, as true of most CSAs, we offer a newsletter with recipes, sometimes for ingredients that might not be recognizable to the consumer. And we do our best to offer them a good price for a lot of fresh produce.
My name is Jill McArthur, and I am the CSA manager here at Muir Ranch. I'm responsible for putting together bags of vegetables and fruits every week for our subscribers.
My name is Shirly Barrett, and I am the Facilities Grounds Coordinator for Pasadena Unified School District.
I'm Mud Barron, the project director here at Muir Ranch. Theoretically, I run this place. It runs me.
My name is Gus, and right now I'm just mixing amendment with regular soil so that we can come in later and plant. That way the plant has more nutrients.
My name is Damon Moore, and I'm a student helper for Muir Ranch. And this is my daughter Haley Moore, and she's our little helper.
My name is Perla Sanchez, and I am a worker for Muir Ranch, a helper as you would say. This is my 3rd year working. I started off sophomore year, and I am now in my senior year.
My name is Shutman. Currently, I am a farmhand and a volunteer coordinator. So I do harvesting for the CSA. I plant, I water, I maintain the land and plants that are on it.
My name is Ajna Sharma-Wilson. I am a master gardener. I'm here today working at Muir Ranch, helping Mud Barron out and Shirley, so volunteering my time.
Green lawn is really no longer an accepted landscape practice because they require a lot of water, they require a lot of maintenance, which uses petrol fuel and a lot of man hours, people hours to maintain it, and you don't really benefit from it other than from an aesthetic standpoint. And there's so many other plants out there that are water-wise, aesthetically pleasing, and could be planted in place of a lawn and require a different kind of maintenance, and it's still less maintenance, and it's not maintenance that uses petroleum-powered equipment or even electrical equipment. It's all managed by hand pruning, selective pruning, and it only requires maintenance maybe 2 or 3 times a year as opposed to mowing a lawn every week.
It began as a program for biology remediation so that kids who couldn't pass biology could actually get their credit by working on the ranch and taking classes here. And then it evolved into its much larger size now. What we do is we hire kids from John Muir High School to come and work on the farm, and they plant and they turn compost and they turn over dirt and they, amend soil, and they do everything there is to do here. It's all physical labor. We keep them employed year-round, including in the summer. They have more hours during the summertime when they're free. And so what that does is it allows them to develop a work history and possibly go on to other jobs.
The heart of what I do is find out what the kids are excellent at. So that might be arranging flowers. It might mean organizing and catering a dinner. Or it may be managing a customer list for a CSA group. So, find out what the kids are excellent at and then build a program around that. That's what we do.
Right now, I'm just rinsing the field dirt off of some Anaheim peppers. They're quite lovely. And I'm making sure that they look good enough and actually are good enough. I inspect as I go to put in the CSA share for our customers today.
Well, today my project is just to focus on this area here, cleaning it up, so that we could come in and put in new plants. That's my project for today. That's what I've been doing all morning.
Well, today I'm here at one of our CSA locations, distribution, and where I'll wait for the customers to come here so I can hand them their bags, just explain to them anything they're not sure that's in the bag.
The challenges really are budgetary. There's never enough money to run a program like this. That's true anywhere you do it, and it's particularly in a school setting. Their priority is not put on hands-on learning at this point. Farming is hard, and we're in a school setting, so that makes it with a lot more regulations and rules that we have to follow that we might not follow if we were in a commercial setting. Also getting everyone on board to support us, that's also difficult and has been difficult, so that we can have kids coming through with actual agriculture classes where they really are learning how to grow their own food and how to feed the people around them and the value of that kind of work, and things that might influence them in terms of their dietary choices and their employment choices.
Well, there's the weather, right? But all farmers get that deal. And this is the hottest, driest year on record. We're sitting in this shade tree, or under it, and that's good. That's one. But sometimes being successful takes hard work, and that's something I'm good with that. The kids will get really into it. They're high school kids. These are other people's kids. I have a 14-year-old myself. They'll really get into it. They'll be consistent. You train them, and then they're gone. And so that's one of those things where you just go, hey, new kids. Hey, Jasmine, why don't you go learn something?
No.
Okay, there we go.
Some of the challenges I faced starting this program was mostly just getting out of my comfort zone, for trying new things. In my culture, a lot of the vegetables that I see here aren't really used in my daily base. So it was just mostly of having to break out of my shell to try new things, like new produce.
It's always a learning garden, and when we took this space over, the soil was in horrible condition because it used to be buildings and asphalt pathways. So we've had some issues with our soil quality, and it's taken some time to get it going. Getting the kids excited about the maintenance part of it, which is the weeding and mulching, They enjoy checking the irrigation and making sure that there's no leaks or broken pieces and fixing it. Yeah, I think that's about it. Those are the real challenges: soil, water, yeah, and help.
Muir Garden's a really great learning experience. You learned a lot about work skills, business skills, and a lot about like new I would say like new produce, especially for me. It's just a great program to try, and you can try to experiment with new produce and try new things.
The food for me, growing your own is the next step to sustainability and understanding where your food comes from. To connect those dots and actually see the place where it's being grown is such a privilege, and I'm lucky enough to come out here and volunteer and actually pick my own food.
Bringing her here, it teaches her to have a healthy, eating lifestyle, and that that it's not bad to try new fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. And I want her to be, really, really into her school and her gardens and stuff like that.
The students are learning where their food comes from. They're learning about seasons and when food grows and when it doesn't grow, why it flowers, why it doesn't flower, the difference between a male flower and a female flower, and what does that mean. So it's just everything about this program is very positive and very win-win-win-win.
They do actually start eating better when they work with us. They begin to eat more fresh food. They bring fresh food home to their families, their kids, everybody.
You can sign up for the CSA. You can go to our website, muirranch.org, and pickups are Mondays and Thursdays and Tuesdays. Mondays here, Tuesdays at Arroyo Food Co-op, Thursdays at the Pasadena Ed Center, which is Hudson and Del Mar, near Lake.